Welcome to Compliance and Policy TRS New User Training. TRS New User Training Contents. We will go over compliance and policy, employee and system setup, timekeeper processing guidelines, time off, clocking instructions, employee schedules, TRS access, and policy review. Compliance and policy. Payroll time reporting policy. It is the policy of the university to pay employees for time worked in an accurate and timely manner in accordance with applicable laws and to maintain the required supporting documents and records. The TRS policy can be found at https://hr.gwu.edu/time-reporting. Manager and supervisor responsibilities are being familiar with university policies governing hours worked, meal periods, overtime pay, and premium pay for shifts, weekends, and on-call as defined in the Time Off and Leave Guide located on the benefits website, and any other applicable documents, including collective bargaining agreements as appropriate. Ensure that non-exempt employees report all time worked by using the time reporting system. Employees can record start and stop times by using the telephone or other approved systems designated by their department. If the non-exempt employee is unable to record time due to a business or medical reason, departments may manually enter employees' start and stop times in the time reporting system, informing all employees of the importance of adhering to the university policies and departmental practices as they relate to time and attendance, reviewing, approving, and reporting any paid and unpaid time off for both exempt and non-exempt employees, and reviewing non-exempt employee pay reports regularly and correcting any erroneous or missed entries on a timely basis. To ensure proper payment to all non-exempt employees by not modifying employees' punches, cutting overtime, or deleting employees' clock time unless there is a valid reason or written communication by employee. Reviewing and approving time worked, leave time, and overtime for non-exempt employees in accordance with the biweekly payroll calendar, and in limited circumstances, reviewing, approving, and sending to payroll services any manual timesheets for non-exempt employees no later than the due date noted on the biweekly payroll calendar, and maintaining work and leave records for all full-time and regular part-time employees assigned to the department. DC wage theft prevention, non-exempt clocking. Precise in and out punches must be entered for all non-exempt employees. All non-exempt employees are to be clocking in and out using the method designated by the department. Timekeepers should only be editing the time for missed punches or mistakes, and timekeepers should have a detailed email from the employee stating reason edit is needed. Timekeepers should add detailed comments when editing the time card. All non-exempt timekeepers must clock in using the provided time reporting clocking designated by the department. Do not manually enter your personal punches directly into the time card with your timekeeper permissions. Record retention. Time reporting documents should be saved for 3 years. Documents that could count towards an employee's time record are emails referring to time, manual timesheets. Employee classifications. Biweekly non-exempt. Are paid biweekly, clock in and out and are eligible for overtime, need a TRS time approval, and employee requests time off from TRS. Monthly paid exempt, paid from banner at the end of the month, employees are in TRS for time off, and payroll starts with them. Employee and system setup. Meal break settings. If a non-exempt employee does not take a lunch break of at least 30 minutes or works while eating lunch, that time is compensable work time. Non-exempt employees must be paid for all time worked. If the employee works through lunch, the supervisor timekeeper must remove their auto meal break from the time reporting system. A bona fide meal period is any break that is at least 30 minutes long and where the employee is relieved from all work duties. Such breaks are not compensable work time. If an employee clocks in and out of their meal break and does not take a full 30 minutes, it will not be deducted. Meal break defaults. Temp and students. Meal break defaults to no meal break. Employee can timestamp in and out for meal break. Auto meal break can be requested. Employee needs to work 5.5 hours for auto meal break to be deducted. An employee should talk to their manager if they would like their break modified. Non-exempt. Meal break defaults to 1 hour meal break. Employee can timestamp in and out for meal break. Auto meal break can be requested. Employee needs to work 5.5 hours for auto meal break to be deducted. An employee should talk to their manager if they would like their break modified. Union. If you have union employees, check with the time reporting administrator or the collective bargaining agreement. Employees should talk to their manager if they would like their break modified. Meal breaks. Employees can cancel their automatic meal break. They should have manager's approval to do so. Employees can choose to have their automatic meal break removed and clock in and out instead. If an employee's position changes, their meal break will revert back to the default setting. Some states require employers to provide a meal break, rest breaks, or both. Employees will be set up to follow regulations from the state they have recorded as their work location. And timekeepers can email timerep@gwu.edu to edit meal breaks. Overtime. Employees who are classified as non-exempt under the FLSA will be paid for all hours worked. They are eligible to receive 1.5 times the regular rate of pay for all hours worked over 40 in a work week. If you have union employees, check with the time reporting administrator or the collective bargaining agreement for premium pay eligibility. Non-exempt employees, including temps and students, may not volunteer to work additional hours without compensation. Overtime continued. Compensatory time may not be given in lieu of overtime. If a non-exempt employee worked more than 40 hours, the university must pay overtime. Supervisors should note, however, that university policy states that employees who work without prior approval are not following policy and may be subject to disciplinary action. Exempt employees are not eligible for overtime. Non-worked hours such as sick, annual, and holiday do not count towards overtime. Some states have their own employment and overtime laws, while others follow the FLSA. Employees will be set up to follow regulations from the state they have recorded as their work location. Processing guidelines. Payroll calendars. The work week and biweekly calendar runs from Sunday to Saturday. Biweekly calendars can be found at https://hr.gwu.edu/payroll. The biweekly calendar will provide you with the following info: banner pay number, pay period begin date, period end date, approval due date, and pay date. The biweekly department approval due date is Tuesday at noon unless otherwise stated on the calendar. TRS approvals. The TRS system is used to pay biweekly paid employees. The TRS system is used to request time off for biweekly and monthly paid employees. Timekeepers should be reviewing time cards regularly and when employees send requests to edit, and biweekly employees' time off requests should be approved by the biweekly approval due date. Departmental approval. Departmental approvals are due on Tuesday at noon. If an employee has multiple positions, the timekeeper for each department must approve the time card if there is time worked for their area. Please check payroll website for any date changes. If you are unavailable, you must have a backup timekeeper. Please consult with your finance director or manager to find an alternative timekeeper. University payroll can be held up if you do not approve your department's time, and if time is approved late or missed, we contact HR, finance director, and head supervisor. We track and report late approvals to finance directors. TRS notifications. TRS notifications are sent to timekeepers and employees. Notifications such as missed punches, long intervals, and biweekly reminders are sent out on a weekly basis. To receive emails on time reporting system alerts and outages, please subscribe to receive updates at https://status.gwu.edu. Processing notifications are emailed to timekeepers the Friday, Monday, and Tuesday of biweekly approval. Timecard exceptions can also be reviewed by timekeepers and managers from the Manage Timecards tile on the TRS homepage. Employee punch requests can be reviewed from the Timecard Request Needing Review tile. Employees receive missed punch emails every day if there is a missed punch indicator on their timecard, and timekeepers and employees receive late approval emails and missed punch reminder emails on bi-weekly processing Tuesday. Time off. Time off. Students accrue sick time. Accruals vary by primary job and, in some cases, hours worked. Please see the Time Off and Leave Guide on the GWU Time Reporting System website. Student sick time shows on the primary job, but it is charged to a central budget and does not affect departmental budgets. Eligibility for the various time off and leave programs is based on your primary job at GW. Example, faculty, staff, graduate assistant, medical residents, temporary workers, or student employees. Years of benefits eligible service, part-time or full-time status, and in some cases, your actual worked hours. Time off. Refer to the Benefits Time Off and Leave Guide for information on time off and leave. Time off resources can be found on the GWU Time Reporting System website at https://hr.gwu.edu/time-reporting-system-TRS. Questions can be directed to benefits at 571-553-8382 or timeoff@gwu.edu. Holidays. Benefits eligible staff must be in paid status immediately preceding and following a holiday to be paid for that holiday. Paid status includes hours worked and paid time off such as annual and sick time. Non-benefited student and temp staff do not receive holiday pay. Part-time non-exempt employees default into TRS with 4 hours of holiday pay. Per GW policy, part-time employees receive prorated holiday hours based upon percentage of effort. Timekeepers should adjust the HOL pay accordingly. Instructions for updating the holiday, if needed, can be found on the GWU Time Reporting System website under TRS Instructions. Time off requests for signed off pay periods. The university does not allow historical edits or adjustments in the time reporting system to pay periods after the departmental due date. A manual timesheet must be submitted to payroll_payrec at gwu.edu to adjust an employee's pay, including missed vacation and sick time hours. Historical vacation and sick time off requests are allowed in prior periods. Payroll services will release the hold on historical time off requests only, generally the day after the departmental due date for the pay period by COB close of business. Adding an historical correction for time off. Time off can be added or canceled for a prior pay period by the department manager or the timekeeper. Time off resources can be found on the GWU Time Reporting System website. Time off can be added or canceled for a prior pay period by the employee. Time off resources can be found on the GWU Time Reporting System website. A manager or timekeeper should navigate to the employee schedule and search for the request using the appropriate date range and then approve or refuse the request and submit a timesheet for payment if required. Historical edits are not in the employee time card totals, and a manual timesheet will be required for any non-exempt employee who was not paid. Timesheets for exempt employees who were paid regular hours instead of time off hours do not need to be submitted. Clocking instructions. Clocking instructions. There are 3 GW approved options for time entry: PC browser timestamp, phone timestamp, and mobile timestamp. Timestamp instructions are on the payroll website. Note, all non-exempt employees must clock in by the approved clocking system designated by their department. The timekeeper should be approving and editing the time card per the university policy. Mobile and browser time punch. Mobile and browser punch tile can be found as a punch button on the mobile app or the browser interface. Punch tile, you will see a punch tile drop down. If you have more than one position, it will show you the position number and the job position name, and you can select from the correct job. If you only have one position, then it will automatically show up with no drop down, and you can select the punch button. And view and edit time from the PC browser or the mobile app. You will see a My Time Card button that you can select to access your time card. Phone clocking. Employees can clock in and out by phone using 202-994-2274. Full instructions are on our GWU Time Reporting website at https://hr.gwu.edu/time-reporting-system-TRS. Timekeepers can see all primary and secondary positions without the need for them to clock in and out. Employees wanting to clock in and out of a secondary position using the phone can do a labor transfer, and employees with a primary monthly position and a secondary temp position will need to use the phone to clock in and out using a labor transfer. Phone clocking labor transfer. In most cases, the mobile app and computer browser are the preferred method for secondary clocking. However, employees can clock in using the phone with a labor transfer to charge time to a secondary position. Employees will need to enter their 8-digit position number when using the phone. The position number will display in the transfer column. This takes precedence over the assignment field. If transfer codes are present in the time card, you can Control+C to copy it and Control+V to paste it on the correct shift. Only do this if you are the timekeeper for that position. The transfer code will take precedence over the job assignment. Correcting employee punches. Employee time card correction options. Employees can notify their timekeeper when time is incorrect. The timekeeper can make the change with comments. Employees can log into TRS and make the update on their time card. Once the correction is made, a notification will be sent to the manager. The timekeeper can review punch requests from the tiles on the home page, and employees will receive a message stating that changes will not be saved until approved. Rounding rules. The TRS does not round employee punches unless the employee's bargaining unit requires it. Punches pay per the minute. If you have union employees, check their collective bargaining agreement or with the TRS system administrator. Student workers. It is recommended that student employees work no more than 20 hours on average per week so that they can focus on their academic studies and so that more students can take advantage of the limited opportunities. Non-benefited temp and student employees are not eligible for pay codes such as HOL holiday and UCL university closing. Students should only work outside of scheduled class time because remember, student employees are students first, and employees cannot work until they are officially hired. International students. International students may not work more than 20 hours per week at the university while school is in session, fall, spring, required summer terms, because doing so may jeopardize their visa status. International students may work over 20 hours per week during official school breaks, summer, spring break, etc. Important note: international students are not authorized to work over 20 hours per week during the summer if summer is their first or final term. If you have specific concerns or inquiries, please send an email to iso@gwu.edu. Employee schedules. Non-exempt employee schedules. Schedules are required for all non-exempt benefited employees in TRS. Schedules will be used to assist with tracking holidays, overtime, and missed punch corrections. All benefited non-exempt employees will be given a default schedule group of 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Default schedules can be removed, and then the correct schedule pattern can be applied by the timekeeper. If schedules are not applied, time off and holidays will not populate correctly. Wage employee schedules. By default, student workers do not have an assigned schedule. It is recommended that timekeepers add schedules for international students. Work schedules will not affect employees' pay, but will allow TRS to send a notification when the employee has reached 18 hours, letting them know they are approaching their 20-hour limit. TRS access. Difference between timekeepers and time-off managers. Timekeepers can select from 3 different types of access. If they want edit or edit approve access, they need to take training and submit a TRS access form. Access is granted by home org or report to employees. Time off managers. Access is set up automatically if they have employees that report to them. They only see the employees that report to them. Their access and direct reports are pulled from Banner, and they do not have access to edit or approve time cards. Assigned manager. For regular employees, work with your HR business partner to update the assigned manager. Once updated in Banner, TRS will update the next day. For student employees, work with student employment to update the assigned manager. Initiate a supervisor change form in the SC Talent Management System. Review the Hiring Manager's User's Guide for step-by-step instructions. Once updated in Banner, TRS will update the next day. Email gwse@gwu.edu with questions. Note: if you have multiple employees to update, please complete a bulk supervisor hiring manager change request form. Affiliate supervisors with temp employees can fill out a TRS access form to gain read-only access to the employee's home org. This will give access to review and approve time off. If you need to edit and approve time cards, you can follow the instructions on our payroll services website to gain TRS Timekeeper access. Delegation for time off. Delegation is the process of temporarily assigning your time off access to another employee who does not have the same access as you. Delegating time off. Managers can delegate time off access to other managers or timekeepers. Time off emails can be forwarded using the GWU mail system. Timekeeping. An updated TRS access form is needed from the Finance Director for timekeepers needing additional access. Delegation for time off. If you are unavailable to approve time off, you can delegate your access to another timekeeper or manager if they are not currently set up as a backup. Select Control Center icon. Select My Actions on the blue bar to start the delegation process. You can set up more than one delegation for a time period. Time off managers can delegate to timekeepers or other time off managers. The manager can contact timerep@gwu.edu to have payroll start the delegation process. Policy Review. Policy Review. Timekeepers and managers should review employees' time cards at least once a week and fix edits within 24 hours of employees' email. All timekeepers should have written communication from employees if editing the time card for any reason. Do not cut overtime. We must pay overtime if worked. If an employee is not approved for overtime but works it, then it becomes a disciplinary action. Policy review continued. Manual timesheets should be sent in for cases like missing time off and missed lunch breaks. Employees should not start working before they are hired. Employees should be clocking precise in and out punches using the TRS to follow the DC Wage Theft Prevention Act. Employees should review their time at least once a week to ensure accurate and timely pay. Completing TRS access. Please review the provided online training materials and pass the quiz. If you have not sent in a TRS request form, please send it to timerep@gwu.edu. The TRS access form can be found at https://hr.gwu.edu/payroll under forms. The time reporting policy and training documents can be found on the Payroll Services website under timekeeping at https://hr.gwu.edu/timekeeper-training. Once the quiz has been successfully completed and passed, please email the TRS administrator at timerep@gwu.edu stating you have completed your TRS access form and quiz. You will normally receive access within 2 days.